Well, good evening, everyone. Rather, good afternoon, wherever you are. So, welcome to today's episode that is dubbed Banking on You. Well, before I get into the nitty gritty, I chose to, present to you the option that is to do digital banking. And my fictional story is going to be about, banking on you. So, what does this mean? With what's going on in the banking sector and the digital transformation, there's what we call strategizing for customers, then getting back their feedback to improve on the services, and at the same time, rendering them what can be the best services possible on the market. This to do with making strategies, transformation, and at the same time giving them the best services. Well, the strategy is very simple. With today's episode, it's going to be called the centric strategy, customer centric. That is to do, it touches the core and only focuses on the needs of a customer. That is to do, we tailor make the services so that they meet the real customer by customizing the needs in a way that would be alerts for the targeted customer. We shall have the empathy, and at the same time, he will get back the value for this strategy. That's why the strategy is called the centric customer strategy. In order for customizing and at the same time, getting back the value for the money. Then I'll get you to a point whereby I'll talk to you about why I chose this very idea. With this episode, it's a bit, challenging and exciting at the same time. I'll first of all give you what we call an anecdote. An anecdote of a friend of mine who was at first very skeptical about digital banking, and he would not get into auto saving. But once I sold him this idea of Shimi to auto save, before he knew, he had saved quite a lot of money without noticing. So in a way, that's how, when you do what we call centric strategy in digital banking, can influence users by tailoring their needs and in any way catering for what they will need to look out for, and how they can as well be given the appetite to do the digital banking. Well, this strategy is not that complicated to understand. We shall look about it in a way that you'll be looked up to with dashboards, alerts. There will be customized alerts, and in any way there will be this kind of information that will enable you to get being catered for in a way that is very personal, and in any way you'll be understood by what you want and what the bank can also put in place for you. That's what is the most important thing about this whole strategy of digital centric strategy. Then as far as the real world kind of scenario is concerned, I'll talk about a scenario whereby we tend to look up this idea of Revolt, whereby they customize needs of clients based on their likes, their preferences, their cultures, and their standards of living, whereby they will target their customers by knowing it's not called a background check, but in any way you'll be enticed by the screen alerts, the insurances that will be proposed, and the current kind of alerts that can as well be given to whoever is interested in this kind of agenda. So in any way, once you get connected to your account, or you'll be invited by these alerts, that is to do with the revolt, by being directed to what kind of idea wouldn't you not even bother not getting to the banking, and at the end of the day you'll be guided, so you don't be left alone. So at the end of the day you'll be guided and driven to the better option. So that's the famous revolt in the digital banking. It's called revolt per se. As far as the technical bit of it is concerned, there are quite a lot of tools that are put in place to realize this. They're what we call the APIs, the application programming interfaces. Those are taken up by like developers. Then there are the designers, like UX designers, the data analytics, who intend to interact with the databases and all that. So all these tools are put in place to come up with something that will enable customers be looked after by their needs, by their choices, and how they can as well be guided at the long run. So that's a technical bit of it. But what I should, however, remind you about this is not only the technical bit of it. It is what you call the empathy behind it. You always feel like being looked after once you get into this, what we call the centric strategy of the digital world. You never feel alone. That's one thing I can assure you. It's not all about the technicality, but it's all about the empathy that is being put at the forefront. So I will just give you my final thoughts by saying that whenever you feel understood in this world, just know you're banking smart. That's one thing I can assure you. Whenever I feel taken or being understood, just know you're banking smart and everything is being taken care of. So I thank you for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to another engagement, present you another episode. Remember to always banking smart. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.